In the quiet corners of Australia, there is a sport that takes ordinary individuals and sends them into a world of passion, family, excitement and speed. This is dirt karting. Ask anyone involved, this is not just a sport, it's a way of life. As the sun rises over these small, quiet country towns, the sound of engines shatters the silence. Drivers young and old gather to challenge the dirt. Dirt karting is not just a matter of balance and speed, it's a test of determination, skill, and above all, luck. Families travel across hundreds, even thousands of kilometres to race meetings. Dirt tracks become their path to glory. Mateships are born, friends become family, communities come alive on race day, and this grassroots sport provides a platform for those involved to not only compete, but to also have fun and make memories. Welcome to the world of dirt karting. This is the dirt track dream.
Dirt karting's a big, massive family sport, and it brings everyone together, and you can't beat it. Probably one of the best sports I've ever been involved in.
That was his fault.
Yeah. Carolyn blames me, but I blame my late father. He got me into the sport back in 1983. First kart was a South Australian made HKS with a Victor on it. It was great, used to rattle the fillings out of the teeth, but had a ball as a rookie. And look, over the years we've just enjoyed it more and more, and my dad gave the opportunity, and like anything, gave the girls the opportunity to do it. They didn't have to do it, and I said, if you want to, we'll do it. So crazy enough, here we are now.
It's different every single time. You have different emotions, different feelings for every time they go out. My wife is very, very emotional with this, and she has enormous amounts of pride of what we've managed to do. I mean, we're a blended family, everyone knows that. The choices I gave these kids at the beginning is whether we buy a house and stay home and do nothing, or we go on the road and give these guys a bit of a lifestyle. And I've been very, very lucky. I get the biggest kick out of this is the reaction and the friendships and families made in the pits. And every one of my kids has a job and an apprenticeship, or sometimes 2 or 3 apprenticeships out of the sport. I've got daughter-in-laws and grandkids from the sport, so the sport has been fantastic.
Oh, obviously, like I said, family orientated. It's a good place to be with your family, the friends we make doing it. But like the competitiveness of it's always awesome too, mate. So yeah, we're all here. We're all trying to get faster. We're trying to win, but yeah, we just love being around each other and making friends.
Because I purely just enjoy the sport. I love the exhilaration. To some degree, it's probably a bit of ego as well. I love the competition side of things. I love the fact that you can win, lose, and if you do lose, you can come back next week and try again. And you can always try and better yourself as a person and obviously as a racer as well. So,
I guess it's something that my father got me into as a young fella, and I guess it just sticks with you, and the people you meet, and becomes a bit of a travelling circus. And yeah, doing go-karts has got me far in my outside of go-kart racing, career-wise as well. So it leads to many paths and many people that you meet, and yeah, it's probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life.
Oh gosh, I love it. Like I think I've raced since I was 9 and stepped away from karts for a little bit, but something always brings me back. It's really enjoyable, and it's grassroots. I don't think I could ever let it go.
At its core, this sport revolves around a machine of sheer simplicity and boundless potential. But a dirt kart is more than just a machine. It's a work of art, a mechanical marvel, and the rawest form of racing. Its design is a testament to the fundamental principles of speed, balance, and precision. A go-kart is all about the basics. You've got 4 wheels, a small chassis, a powerful engine, and a steering wheel. That's it. The driver's connection to the kart is through a simple steering wheel and pedals. No power steering, no fancy electronics. It's the purest form of control. This simplicity, this purity, is what makes dirt karting the rawest form of racing. It's a true test of skill and bravery. Every movement of the wheel, every touch of the throttle, is an intimate conversation between the driver and the kart. In the world of dirt karting, there are no creature comforts, no distractions. It's just you, the kart, and the unrelenting track. So when you see a dirt kart, remember it's not just a machine. It's a symbol of the rawest and most purest form of racing.
I guess it's a privilege. I mean, we've started making karts for ourselves personally, and then as we sort of went along, people asked to buy our karts as well. So yeah, it's a great feeling to have people out there, and it's part of the thing I enjoy is actually helping our customers become faster and get what they want out of the karts. I think that's actually the most fun, is actually developing new products, seeing them go well. So yeah, it's the development that is the best fun. Results are hard to get, so a lot of this comes down to a lot of luck. As long as you're competitive and you're happy, that sort of keeps us happy.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic to be able to help the customers with our karts, and they're all going really well. Everyone's happy with them, they're performing well. We've got some inexperienced drivers driving them and getting on the podium. It's all about just giving everyone a great product. That's what I get out of karting, is watching my customers succeed and being able to try to help them get on the podium. As long as everyone gets out here, tries their best, has fun, and gives it all they got, that's all I can ask for. Every time we see them go on the track at a title meeting, and you know, people that haven't normally podiumed and they do get a podium, that's a special moment for us.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love seeing the guys out there having fun. The mentality behind it sort of changed for me now. It's not about my personal racing, it's about the business and the product and how we can help other people reach that top step of the podium. It's like joining a family. It's like jumping on board and helping each other out. We're still pretty small at the moment, but I think we've got a good product and we've got a few good drivers on board, so it's definitely a possibility. It's just my passion for go-karts really, and I love the simplicity of it, and it's just so much fun to be out there. And I guess because they're so simple on the face of it, but there's so much more to it and how much more complex it could really be. It really drives my creative passion, I suppose.
The will to be faster than the other guys, to be honest, if I'm truthful about it. Always been innovating stuff, since when I started. I enjoy that part of it greatly, to be honest. That's one of the bigger key aspects to me. I enjoy a new kart build, new kart design. That's the bit I thoroughly enjoy, to be quite honest with you. Yeah. As does every other manufacturer. But no, I do get great enjoyment out of reaching the top step. The future of the sport, I think, is looking pretty good. The governance is okay, the way we're ran. There's things to improve on, there's things to change, like there is with anything. I think we're in a good space. I mean, the number of people that are coming here to race this weekend sort of shows you where it's at. No disrespect to the bitumen, but we've got bigger numbers than what they do in South Australia. So I think in that respect, we're looking good. Everything needs a tweak and a little change to hopefully for the better. But there's the old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we don't want to try and reinvent everything and change everything instantly. It needs to be implemented carefully and correctly.
What drives us is the competition side of it. Everybody, each manufacturer brings in their own little changes, and that just forces everybody else to lift their game. And that competition is where it's at once again. What we see with our customers is that we do become a small little family and quite close. Not only do we race together, but we also pit together, and we also sort of catch up after hours as well. So just to have that bond and that friendship is what really brings it together. It's what we do it for. We have a good time, we have a great social scene. We really enjoy what we do, but ultimately it's all about winning. And we take that pretty seriously. And then when we do win, it's a fantastic feeling. We're part of Burris Racing. We're the distributor for Burris Racing tyres here in Australia. We're also the manufacturer for Edwards cartwheels. So we make and design all the wheels in-house plus associated hubs. Our chassis are TIG welded with an expert welder in-house. We also have components that are made over in Europe, which is just the test of time. They're the leaders of manufacturing when it comes to components. And we've got some great drivers in our team. We've got Lisa Walker, we've got Nicholas Tapley, we've got James Inglis. So those development drivers give us great feedback on the chassis that we develop.
Oh, it's so unique, you know. It's there's obviously no other sport like it around the world. So I always say to people, it's so hard to explain to people exactly what we do. You know, the dirt circuit racing, left and right corners, and we go both ways around the track. So as I said, yeah, it's one of a kind racing in Australia, and I think it's the best form of go-kart racing there is. So. Look, hey, there's always obviously a bit of pressure when it comes to these events to make sure everyone performs, but again, it is, I always say to people, it is a national title and there's always big hype about it, but at the end of the day, it is still 4 acts in a final like there is at any club show, and obviously you've got to be fast, but it also comes down to a fair bit of luck on the weekend. It can fall your way quite easy and it can go against you quite easily as well, so you just got to do what you do on the weekend and anything can happen. So yeah. Hey, look, obviously we would love to see it grow as much as it can. I think there's definitely potential for it. Obviously, all these bigger events get more and more exposure. And we try and make them look as professional as we can with all this sort of stuff. And so hopefully we can just spread the word, to more and more people, and just slowly grow the sport. Get more and more kids involved, and their parents get involved, and that's sort of the way it really starts. So I think more of this stuff that we're doing can only just try and grow the sport to more and more people to come out and enjoy the outdoors on a weekend and sling some mud around, and it doesn't get better than that in my opinion.
It is a great feeling. It's nothing better to actually see other people win in their karts. We have been doing a lot of development, and we're always trying different things. So if it works for me, it usually works for somebody else, and I'm quite happy to pass that along. So there are drivers that drive differently, of course, but usually what works for one works for all. So all the brands actually step it up, and you've got to keep with it. If you don't, you're going to go stale. So I like to try different things, what works, what doesn't work, and then move forward in the shed. So I love to see them win. I'll say they're staying at my house. They're pitting with us. It's a bit of a family for us. So yeah. We love it. Titles are a hard one to win, so you can't always say they're going to be there, but hopefully we're up the pointy end. So we've got a lot of stiff competition this weekend, so hopefully we can get on amongst it. But this is kind of like my home track, that and Lucendale, so yeah, I know it like the back of my hand.
It's definitely a cool feeling. Watching everyone get around and do well is really cool. So hopefully this weekend we get a bit more of the same and get some good results. Adka's, there's nothing really like it anywhere. In America it's usually all speedway karts, which we got that here as well, but nothing more circuit rather than just going the one way. So that's probably the big difference. I just love it. I just love the sort of the science, I suppose, behind it. Different bends, different angles, it changes in a big way. So it's cool to trial as much stuff as I can. I've had a few state plates over the few years, but haven't had a national one yet. So hopefully this is the year. Got a good bunch of guys that have purchased my karts and bounce a lot of feedback, get a lot of feedback from them, which is good, which helps with the development. So
Colmer's been excellent, who's the owner and manufacturer of Excel. Whenever you need some changes made, like I'm a larger guy, he's been able to order frames for me, and working with the younger guys like Haydos here, and we get some pretty competitive carts.
Excel is easy to work with, like no matter what you want it to do, you know what to change and it does exactly what you think it's going to do, so it's good to know.
Definitely what wins on Sunday sells on Monday, so if we do well with Colin, we get a bit of a pat in the back, and yeah, he gets to sell chassis on Monday morning. I think it's a bit of fun. You get a bit of a buzz out of ordering the kart, see what the drivers can do. Yeah, he's constantly changing stuff. I reckon we might have 3 or 4 different models through the year with certain drivers. It's quite good.
Yeah, we've changed heaps with the wheelbase. We've gone from big to small, just trying to test. That's a good thing about XL, we can test. It's easy to get a hold of Colin and chop and change stuff on the chassis. So
probably the younger drivers get to do a little bit more testing. We've got the Curvers boys as well, and they're quite all over it. So with stuff from torsion bars, mine actually hasn't got it because being a heavier driver, I don't want it that stiff. But yeah, hockey sticks which is Colin calls it, something different on our kart. So yeah, as I said before, a lot of simple adjustments you can make.
Dirt karting is a different animal. It requires a completely different set of skills. It's a balance of controlled chaos and a clear mindset. Sliding through corners, kicking up mud, the track surface changes from lap to lap. You have to be prepared for anything, and even when you are, you still have 19 other karts on the track battling for positions. Every lap is a new challenge. Kart setup is key to going forward. You have to analyse the track conditions and predict what it's going to do. If you get it wrong, if you don't respect the dirt, it will bite back, and the consequences can be horrific.
I find it very nerve-wracking. I know that they can do really well, and I know they can drive, but the heart rate, I think, if somebody was to take it, would be way too high to be standing there. But I see the smiles when they come in, and that's all I want from them. You know, so at the end of the day, I may be nervous, but I'm just proud of what they do.
Like I tell people, to be involved in this sport is a privilege, it's not a right. And seeing the smiles and the banter that the kids have with the other kids in the pits as well. You know, we work on a process, get your maintenance done, go and socialise, you're here for a long few days, make more friends, tell some stories. I said, because look, mum and dad are pretty good at telling dodgy stories at the end of the day.
We're all fast most days.
Yes, make your own, make some friends, and just enjoy it, and have some good memories. And you know, I'm always about making the memories because that's the only thing we take to our hole in the ground. So you know, it's all about having fun.
And mum and dad sent us the Kart Mania. We had a few laps, and yeah, after that they said, "You want to do kart racing?" It was like to get the family back together. And while we were young, to do things together, and yeah, it went from there pretty well. After that, bought one kart, had a little run in the practice, like in the paddock. We couldn't share it, me and Steve, so then we had to get another one, have one each, and then we went racing from there. It's a good family sport. Family gets around, the kids, like you can see the kids all riding their bikes around, and Tyson's met a lot of friends over the years as well, and like he talks to them all the time during the week and that, and yeah, it's the best family thing for a family to stay together and yeah, do it all on the weekend.
Don't hesitate, get onto the ACRE website, get onto, I mean there's 19 clubs, possibly 20 clubs around Australia now. You go to any club day, someone will slot your son, your child, your daughter, yourself into a go-kart just to see what it feels like. And I can pretty much tell you now that once you do, you're hooked. And that's what happens. And get into it. It's a fantastic family-orientated sport. It can be done at a very cost-easy level. That's very ironic me saying that with the kids that we got going on, but that's my choice. You know, everyone's got their own choices of what they want to do, but I tell them don't hesitate, get into it.